Hey, Kurt, thanks so much for joining me today as we talk about ERC, which has been spoken about for quite a while, and you've been doing it now for over a year. And I just wanted to share just a quick short video for people that are looking to see if they qualify. A few questions. One, can you just share a little bit about the company you're with?
Sure, Sid. We started doing the ERC filing for ERC for business owners in July of 21. We've got over 450 people on staff, which includes tax attorneys, CPAs, enrolled IRS agents, and forensic auditors. We have helped over 15,000 businesses get back $8 billion to date.
Wow.
And we're just a company that's all we do. We know this inside and out. We're like the brain surgeon. When you compare your medical doctor that you love, just like you would your CPA that you love, you would not have your medical doctor do brain surgery. And this is, unless your CPA is doing a lot of this filing, you need to get a specialist that knows what they're doing.
And obviously, you yourself have been very successful at helping clients. How many clients have you personally helped? And I know that you're active with helping others, other agents
Yeah.
as well. Anything you could share there?
Yeah, my partner and I have helped over 100 businesses, and we've had clients that have gotten anywhere from $300,000 back to $3.2 million back personally, and then I've helped other agents get hundreds of those, and some of those have gotten as much as five and six million dollars. So I've helped a lot of people with it. I know this law inside and out, and it's been a pleasure to be able to help these businesses, get what they should deserve, what they deserve to have from this legislation.
Right, that's great. And one thing I hear is companies have been told they don't qualify, and there's probably a lot of misconception regarding that. Anything you could share
Yeah,
about that?
yeah. So when this law was first passed in March of 2020, uh, everybody knows about PPP. Almost every business took advantage of that. One of the reasons is because banks were getting a bonus for every business they turned in. They were getting a $2,500 bonus. So banks were jumping over to each other trying to get you that PPP money. ERC was also available at the same time, and almost no one knew of it because it was not being, nobody was signing doing everything, all the work for you. The bank would, for PPP, they'd fill out the paperwork, tell you come down and sign, and you're done. The money's going to be there, So that was very easy. And originally, you could only do ERC or PPP. So in December of 20, they passed new legislation. You could do ERC in addition to PPP. There are some restrictions on how that's calculated if you did get PPP, but that ERC, the legislation's changed a couple of times. We've we've just with the people that have been told they don't qualify, some of that is because of the original legislation. If
Mm.
CPAs checked that out originally, they had to lose money in order to qualify. Well, a lot of businesses did better because our government was printing money and sending it out to people, and they were spending it.
Mm.
So retail, especially retail and a lot of wholesale businesses, did better during the pandemic, but they were highly impacted because their costs went up. They couldn't get product. They had a lot of issues, and so even though their business revenue may have gone up, their profit may not have. It may have suffered because of all the things they had to go through. So uh, if a CPA tells you, or even a tax attorney tells you, hey, you don't qualify for this, if they told you that because they said you didn't lose money, that is not a requirement. It could qualify you, but it doesn't disqualify you. And we've had a lot of people that have been told that we've been able to get. I had one just the other day. They had been told they don't qualify. They're getting back $750,000.
Oh, wow.
And as I said, we have CPAs, tax attorneys, everybody, and they will not file something that's a maybe. Our goal is to make sure you get the maximum and that you get to keep it. So, if they've been told that, if they've been told you don't qualify for certain quarters, same way. If you filed already but didn't get several quarters, they may have done that because you only lost money in 1 or 2 quarters, and those other quarters still could have some value to them. In a lot of cases, there's more money left on the table than there was, claimed for you.
Hmm.
So,
and as far as protecting the clients through the process, what do you do?
yeah,
in that area.
So we have a several step process of before we file for a client, and each step of the way we have a review board of CPA, tax attorney, a lot of times forensic auditor, and IRS enrolled agent that will review the work that's been done to that point, and they all have to agree. Yes, this is meets the standard. This is going to work. Let's go to the next step. Once that is passed through, then it goes back to another review board, not the same people, but a different review board. They do the same thing, and they all have to agree. If one of them does not agree, we don't file it unless we can figure out what needs to be done so that everybody is comfortable with it. We don't file on maybes or hopefully nothing, nobody will come back and ask for this money, anything like that. We're very conservative, just as most people CPA would be. We're the same way. We're not going to do anything to jeopardize our client or us with the IRS. And one of the things that is a big red flag right now with some of the companies is we provide the documentation that the IRS requires, that's in the legislation, that the client has to have and has to be able to produce if the IRS comes and says, where's your documentation to support the claim you made? That, they may not come and tell you they want to audit you, but if they ask you for your documentation and you don't have it, you're going to end up paying the money back. And if you have something that's like a 2-paragraph note of why you claimed $1 million, you're going to give the money back and penalties and interest. So, we provide the documentation. If somebody has 50 employees, you're probably going to get anywhere from 50 to 75, maybe even 100-page report of referring to all the legislation. Here's where it's at. Here's why we claim this. And then we do give error and omission insurance on every client. We have $1 million policy. And then we also give you audit protection. And that is 5 years, which is what the IRS, the look back period right now is. We will defend the work that we did for you all the way through tax court if necessary. We have had about 10 audits so far. 6 of them have been resolved with no issues. 4 of them are still in the process, but none of them went to court. We just had to provide some documentation for the IRS. As I said, the 6 that were settled were no issue. So, we do everything we can to make sure that the client is protected, is entitled to the money they're going to get, and that they get to keep this money that they're going to get so that they can, recover from the harm that was done to them during the pandemic.
Right. Okay, great. And as far as right now with ERC and the IRS, and they're going through a certain process right now, anything if people might think that the program's come to an end when that's not necessarily the case?
Yeah. So the IRS I believe it was the 14th of September this year, put a pause on processing new submissions that were filed until after the 1st of January. And the only reason for that is they're trying to catch up with the backlog that they have. I think they had about I apologize, I can't remember the number, 600,000 maybe, wow. Something like that. I think it was in that range, of files to process. So they put a pause on that, but it's nothing has changed from our end. We're still doing the work. We're still sending it in. It's in the queue. So when they start operating again, taking up new filings again, ours are in line already to be processed. So it's not going to change a whole lot. It's a long process anyway. It's going to be 6 to 9 months for most people before they see anything once they begin the process. Mm-hmm. And I don't think this is going to change it that much. It's still probably going to be 6 to 9, maybe 12 months. But some are taking that long anyway. So it's not, I don't think, a major issue.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And as far as next step, what do you suggest?
I suggest that the people that watch this contact you,
Yep.
get back with you, let you know that they're interested or that they have questions, and you can set up we've got a 5-minute video that I know you would send them for them to know the company, the information, and everything, and then after that we can get them on the phone with an expert. Me or someone else that knows the legislation, answer questions, and then get them started in the process. And as I said, this is if you were harmed during the pandemic, you're probably entitled to some money. It may be for all the quarters, it may be for one or two of the quarters, but there's a good chance you qualify. The IRS expects 70 to 80% of small to medium businesses to qualify for this. So it's not you're not just a random deal where somebody does qualify. It's the majority of people do. So if you've been told, oh, it's going to cause an audit, it's going to do this and that, it's just not true. There's a lot of misinformation, and the important thing is to talk to somebody that can help you know whether you potentially have money sitting there waiting to be claimed by you.
Okay, great. Kurt, really, thank you so much. You're a wealth of knowledge,
Sure,
and
Sid.
we'll look forward to helping many companies out there to see
Yeah.
if they qualify for ERC refund.
Yep. Have a great day.
You
Thanks.
too. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.